Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, no room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. I was the one they whispered about, the one they counted out before I even spoke out. But pain taught me the notes they can't teach in church, the harmony between heartbreak and healing. I prayed in silence and shouted in therapy. I let go of who I was supposed to be, and that's where I found her. The woman beneath the weight, the leader in the mirror. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. Say, built from the bruises, from the bruises. Say grace, grace. Say still choose us, still choose us. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. These wounds don't define me, they remind me that I survived what was meant to silence me. Every scar's a story, every story's a seed, and I'm still growing. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. These wounds don't define me, they remind me that I survived what was meant to silence me. Every scar's a story, every story's a seed, and I'm still growing. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, no room for fear, no room for fear. Tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears, in the tears. Ooh, hydrogen in tears.
Thank you. They told us we weren't enough, but God said otherwise. They told us we weren't enough, not soft enough to be accepted, not strong enough to survive what they said would break us, not holy enough for the pews, not tough enough for the badge, not feminine enough for their comfort, not masculine enough for their boss. But God said otherwise. Call me the lead servant. I'm a 46-year-old black woman, a mother, a daughter, an auntie, a niece, and a former police sergeant. I've worn uniforms that didn't fit my spirit and titles that didn't tell my story, but I've also worn grace like armor and faith like breath. They told me I was too different to belong, too emotional to lead, too broken to heal, but even broken crayons color the truth. I was 29 when I pinned on a badge, Thought I was walking into purpose, didn't know I'd be walking into war. Racism wasn't hiding behind corners, it was sitting right beside me in roll call. One white officer said the N-word like it was policy. When I corrected her, they told me to get used to it. That was the moment I realized some systems don't just need reform, they need resurrection. Still, I stayed because protecting and serving wasn't a slogan for me, it was sacred work. And even when the system broke faith with me, I still believed in doing right, even when right got lonely. Then came the storm that shook my soul. My wife, my partner in love and prayer, diagnosed with pancreatic cancer just weeks after we said I do. August the 3rd, 2015. We became one. By September, we were fighting for her life. She left this world on May 13th, 2016, but not before sending one final message. She said she was sorry. I told her, you have nothing to apologize for. I forgave you long ago. That wasn't you. That was the pain talking. I still love you, and I meant it. Because love that's real never ends. It just changes assignments. I am an angel mom. My daughter, my son's twin, transitioned 6 hours after birth. Grief tried to bury me, but grace kept digging me back out. They told me I was finished, that depression, trauma, and loss would have the final word. But the God I know doesn't whisper failure. He sings resurrection. In 2021, I stood on stage receiving the African Woman of Leadership Award. Georgia Representative Kim Schofield and Senator Donzella James placed it in my hands. And in that moment, I didn't see a trophy. I saw proof. Proof that God makes beauty out of bruises. From molested child to mother. From officer of the law to servant of truth. From survivor to speaker. From breakdown to breakthrough. Yes, I have a traumatic brain injury. Yes, I live with CPTSD and depression, but I also live with divine purpose. I talk to Jesus on Sundays and my therapist on Mondays. Both of them remind me I am still worth the work. They told me I was too masculine to be a woman of God, too feminine to be taken seriously in uniform, too outspoken to be humble, too spiritual to be sane. But what they didn't know is that I stopped asking permission to be myself. I don't wear men's clothes. I wear what peace feels like. I don't worship religion. I walk with God, and I don't chase approval anymore. I chase alignment. I am learning the art of saying yes without saying no to myself, of keeping peace without losing me in the process. I am learning to love without shrinking, to give without breaking, to rest without guilt. My mission is simple: to unite what pain divided, to heal what silence damaged, to be the bridge where walls once stood. So when they tell us we aren't enough, I just smile and say, enough? We are more than enough. We are miracles still in motion. We are faith with a face. We are testimony with a pulse. We are chosen for this generation, and we are just getting started. Because when they told me I wasn't enough, God whispered back, you're exactly who I made you to be. Call me the lead servant. And this is what more than enough looks like. They told us we were not enough, not loud enough, not quiet enough, not polished enough, not perfect enough to be trusted with our own future. I smiled and said, thank you for your feedback. Now watch what happens when truth walks in the room. Stare at me for 7 breaths. By the end, you will feel taller in your bones. You will know what to say to the mirror. You will know what to say to the world. Breathe in power. Breathe out permission slips you never needed. Quick truth, the measuring tape they used was broken, and they kept selling us the ruler with missing inches. We are done renting their yardsticks. Say this with me, I am more. Again, I am more. One more, I am more. Keep that on your tongue. We will use it like a drum. I used to chase approval like it held the key to my own front door. Former sergeant, mother, daughter, auntie, showed up early, stayed late, gave the last clean plate to everybody but me. Then a season landed like a storm with no warning. Traumatic brain injury, CPTSD, social anxiety, a whole alphabet that tried to spell my limits. I learned to breathe again, not just air. I learned to breathe honesty. I learned to breathe choices. One day I looked in the mirror and did not audition. I just arrived. I told the woman in the glass, I am more than this moment, and the moment believed me. Since then, I built rooms where my people are not only welcome, they are centered, they are heard, they are home. They said we were not enough. Translation: they were scared of what happens when we remember we are more. They were scared of healed voices. They were scared of organized love. They were scared of black joy at full volume. They were scared of every person who refuses to shrink to fit a broken frame. We are not just enough, we are three things in harmony: root, river, and revolution. Root. We are rooted in worth that does not wobble when the weather changes, worth that is older than anyone's opinion, worth that does not require performance to be real. Say it, I am rooted. River. We are a river that keeps moving. We learn, we loop, we level up. Setbacks do not stop water that remembers where the ocean lives. Say it, I keep moving. Revolution. We are quiet. We are a quiet revolution that starts in the morning mirror. The first law of change. You do not need permission to become who you already are. Say it, I am becoming. I am more than a market trend. I am more than a headline spin. I am more than a statistic in someone else's slideshow. I am the evidence that resilience breeds genius. I am the proof that softness can live still. I am the reason doubt goes to voicemail. Today I choose words that build. I choose rest that heals. I choose boundaries that bless. Today I turn down the volume on fear. I turn up the volume on responsibility. I turn the knob off on shame. Type it in the comments. I am more because. Finish your sentence. We will not scroll past your name like you are furniture. We see you. If you are listening with a friend, tap their shoulder and tell them you are more than they measure. Body, thank you for carrying me through wounds that were not designed for me. Thank you for rebuilding even when I forgot to rest. Thank you for speaking up in the quiet. Every cell has instructions for glow. Every breath is a receipt that I still belong here. Every scar is a signature that I survived and I learned. Purpose is not a circus trick. Purpose is not applause. Purpose is alignment with what your soul keeps whispering. I do not chase stages. I cultivate impact. I do not chase titles. I choose service. I do not chase perfect. I practice daily. My words make money and meaning. My gifts open doors without begging. My work multiplies because it is medicine for the right people. I am a good steward. I am generous on purpose. I let resources flow like water through a clean pipe. Love does not require me to be a doormat. Compassion is not the same as self-erasure. Forgiveness does not mean I sit back down at tables that serve poison. No is a holy word. Yes is a covenant. Silence is a skill. We rise together. We do not gatekeep healing. We do not hoard hope. We pass the light until the whole block is lit. This space is for everybody who ever felt mislabeled. For my beautiful black queens, for my brothers and my sisters in spirit, for my neighbors who know the language of starting over. Truth one, you are allowed to be new today, even if they are used to the old version of you. Truth two, you can rest without losing your place in line. Your destiny is not first come, first serve. Truth three, you can choose peace before results arrive. The results will catch up. Hand on heart. One breath for now. One breath for who you were. One breath for who you are becoming. Whisper, I am more. I am more. I am more. When they say you are too much, translated as I filled a room that was built too small. When they say you are not enough, translated as they have not met my next chapter. When they say be realistic, translated as they forgot what faith can do in plain clothes. Check your receipts. You survived 100% of your hardest days. Your learn rate is high. Your combat rate is undefeated. Your compassion multiplier is wild. This is real data. This is not a vibe. This is evidence. Doubt keeps sending calendar invites. Decline. Doubt keeps leaving voicemails. Delete. Doubt tries to borrow my mouth to speak. Return to sender. Pick one next right thing. Drink your water with intention. Send the message you owe yourself. Move your body for 5 minutes like it is a thank you note. Write your boundary and keep it when it gets inconvenient. Small, faithful actions change heavy seasons. Drop your line. I am more because. Tell me the moment you knew it. Tell me the name you are reclaiming. Tell me the habit you are choosing this week. Subscribe to this feed. Subscribe if this fed you. Share it with someone who forgot they are a miracle in progress. They told us we were not enough. They sold us rulers that skipped our inches. They forgot we do not shrink. We root, we river, we revolution. Say it with me as we circle back to the start. I am more. More than a rumor, more than a fear, more than enough and still becoming. Breathe in power. Breathe that permission slips you never needed. I am more. If this message spoke to your soul, don't just keep it, claim it. Drop a comment and finish this sentence. I am more because. Let's flood this space with truth, power, and healing. Subscribe if you're ready to walk in your worth. Share this video with someone who's still doubting theirs. And remember, we rise higher when we rise together. To the MBS, my emotional support people. You already know I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank God. Love, serve, strength, rest in truth.
Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, no room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. I was the one they whispered about, the one they counted out before I even spoke out. But pain taught me the notes they can't teach in church, the harmony between heartbreak and healing. I prayed in silence and shouted in therapy. I let go of who I was supposed to be, and that's where I found her. The woman beneath the weight, the leader in the mirror. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. Say, built from the bruises, from the bruises. Say grace, grace. Say still choose us, still choose us. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. These wounds don't define me, they remind me that I survived what was meant to silence me. Every scar's a story, every story's a seed, and I'm still growing. Built from the bruises, yeah, I'm still here. Faith in my voice, faith in my voice. No room for fear. They tried to break me, but look who appears. Stronger in the scar, stronger in the scar, louder in the tears. These wounds don't define me, they remind me that I survived what was meant to silence me. Every scar's a story, every story's a seed, and I'm still growing. Built from